In the immortal words of Jigsaw,
I want to play a game.
but no, don't worry. I'm not like that Jigsaw. I'm my own version of Jigsaw. Like, I want to play a game, go find the cutest corgi and spoon it for hours. I'm like the opposite of Jigsaw. Happy day, everyone. Happy day. What a weird intro that was. Welcome to another episode of Nerd News, a show that is created for nerds by a nerd. This host, Chris Chavis. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about the first trailer for the soft reboot in the Saw franchise called Spiral. But before we get into today's episode, if this is your first time here, please, I would greatly appreciate it if you would hit the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell. That little notification bell will notify you of all future episodes as I post them. So first of all, tell me, are you a fan of the Saw franchise? Did you see Saw? Seriously, that was one of the marketing taglines. Go see Saw! And in my mind, you're on a seesaw. But to me, the Saw franchise had its ups and its inevitable downs. And to me, the Saw films declined after the second Saw. What was it called? Saw Again, Saw with Love, Saw Me One More Time, Baby, whatever the sequel was called. Now, the first film, though, in this franchise was absolutely brilliant. It mixed in this horror, drama, suspenseful kind of film with one of the better twist endings that I can remember in a long time. But then again, after Saw 2, they leaned really heavily on the gore and they forgot about the main thing that makes or breaks a movie, and that's the story, kids. You gotta have a good story. So a kind of soft reboot, if you will, was inevitable, because this movie still, I mean, if you like all of them, I mean, you're not alone. I mean, the movie did do really well. The entire franchise was kind of like the theme for Halloween each year. But I couldn't have guessed on who would be helming this new film in the Saw franchise, and that person would be Chris Rock. That's right. No, this is not, I'm not setting out for a punchline here for a joke. Chris Rock. It's Chris Rock. But seriously, Chris Rock, the stand-up comedian, the grown-ups actor, the longest yard actor, that Chris Rock. I mean, Chris is not only starring in the movie, he's producing it, and he came up with the actual story. What? Intriguing. Yes. I'm interested. Please, continue. But when this trailer started, I expected Chris Rock to go off on one of those little, quick, like Kevin Hart tangents that he does. But when the trailer started, I mean, he was serious. I mean, he made jokes, but they were very toned down jokes. They were very adult jokes. I'm like, what do you get when? That's the worst Chris Rock impression. Oh, I won't do that again, I promise. But seriously, right off the bat, this film set the tone as to how the first movie was shot. It had that gritty police drama kind of feel that you expected or that you want. You know, that kind of that dirty feeling you get when you watch a movie, for example, like Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. That like dirty, grungy kind of feeling you get. That's kind of what you got when this trailer started. So in this film, Chris Rock is a police officer investigating a string of sadistic murders that are targeting police officers. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, one of the other main actors in this movie is Samuel L. Jackson. Are you pre-ordering your tickets yet? Because what? As the trailer progresses, you see them entering the crime scene, you see some horrific stuff, or a quick glimpse of something horrific. They do that in this trailer. They give you a little glimpse of something and then they take it away. You almost see what's gonna happen and then they take it away. But yet again, Chris Rock's character goes up to the crime scene and he's, analyzing and saying the right questions like a real police officer would. But in my mind, he's not doing that. In my mind, he's about to say a funny joke, but it never happens. I want him to say things when he sees a dead body in this trailer, but it doesn't happen. Like, it would be really funny if he walks up to this, corpse who has no head and he says things like, well, it looks like he won't be the head of a major corporation. Huh. I guess someone forgot to tell him heads up. Well, it looks like his hat collection just came available. But alas, we got none of that. All you see is just, yet again, a glimpse of the crazy devices that the Jigsaw killer uses. And the trailer just keeps going on like that. You kind of see, things about to happen. You start to see, at one point you see, a really quick glimpse of the, the puppet on the tricycle. The creepy puppet. You see that when, I think it's Sam Jackson shines a flashlight in that direction and you see it, and then it cuts to the next scene and you're like, I saw it. But I have to mention the one part in the trailer where Sam Jackson says his catchphrase that he says in every movie. I can't say the last part of the words because this is a clean show, but he says, "You want to play a game, mother?" Yeah, he says that. And from that point on, I'm like, here's my money. I mean, the only thing that we see of a victim, we see someone almost like chained to a table, and they fly back and chains are pulling them. That's it. It's just really, really quick. But this trailer looks really clean. This film looks really crisp. It looks like it is really planned out. They're focusing on the story and not just the gore, which that's what I appreciate in a movie like this. So Chris Rock, you may be onto something. But I mean, this trailer does a good job of highlighting those intense moments by utilizing the score, the soundtrack for this trailer. Really good trailers do this very well. Suicide Squad, horrible movie, fantastic trailer. The music went along with what's going on in the action, and the same happens in this. It kind of reels you in, it kind of hooks you in. And when thinking about Chris Rock, you know, I always said that comedians make better dramatic actors than most, because a lot of humor comes from dark places. And so when you put them in a situation like this, they'll turn off their comedy and they'll turn on the thing that drives their comedy. Does that make sense? Now, this movie doesn't make itself look like the typical Saw that you're used to, with the Halloween gags of, like, you know, limbs and all kinds of blood and shooting everywhere. It looks to be one of those things where you're gonna see the typical Saw stuff, but not as much. Like, in a certain amount, they're just gonna give you a little bit, which I hope they do. And you can't forget, they had to do a throwback to the original Saw with, you know, the chain around your leg, and they give you one saw. You gotta saw off your leg. That's when you see Chris Rock and he's looking at the saw. And from that scene, his face, I'm like, yeah, that's good acting. Like, he's actually acting there. Like, he's not Chris Rock. He's actually acting. Something Eddie Murphy should really get back to, you know what I mean? But we shall see how this movie plays out. I don't know if Chris Rock and Sam Jackson are going to drive people away from a movie like this, or if they're going to enhance the experience of them being in it. We shall wait and see when the movie comes out. Oh, and it comes out May 15th, 2020. Forgot to say that. And thanks, guys, for checking out this episode. If you haven't seen the trailer for Spiral, I'll have it in the description below so you can check it out and see what I mean. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, please check out my social media accounts that are brother and sister to this channel. I update those daily so that you know what's going on in entertainment, comic book world. I mean, I just posted something about the new Batmobile. That's right, it's revealed, and I have it on my Instagram page. Check it out. And until next time, guys, if someone asks you, do you want to play a game? Just say no. Well, unless it's Connect 4 or Clue. Wait, no. Clue is about murder. No, don't say no. Just run away. Just run away. Don't play any games. None.